Jim, we're through to the 5th round of the FA Trophy tonight at Stockton here. Just give us your assessment of that 90 minutes on penalty shootout.
Pleased to progress. Pleased with elements of the performance. I think we probably could have made it easier. I think if we'd have broke the deadlock with some of the good chances we had early in the game in the first 20 minutes. I remember us having a 1v1. I think there was an offside goal. I remember a ricochet from one of Leon's moments came out to Toby. There was a few sort of clear moments early in the game that I think if we'd have scored, I think we could have made the game a lot different. I think credit to Stockton, they camped in, and it was a tricky night. It was a real banana skin of a night. It was real cold temperatures, icy pitch. I was concerned at one stage that the referee was questioning whether the game should continue at one stage when he was checking his footing on the ground. The lads were saying to me there it was very ice rink type conditions, and the ball was so fast, it was skidding off the pitch. So it was tricky. It was a real tricky night. But yeah, ultimately I'm really pleased. I'm pleased first and foremost, Greg, to get a game on. The stop-start nature of the Christmas period for us, constantly preparing their team for games that are then called off. It's not ideal. It's really not. You're kind of ramping up adrenaline and mood towards a game, and then it's called off, and it doesn't help our rhythm. So first things first, I'm happy to get a game on, because I think as a team we need to get back into our rhythm as quickly as possible for the league games to come, but now also for the next trophy game, which we're pleased to be progressing to.
You're pleased how the lads dealt with not just the time that we haven't played, in terms of, it's over a week since that Boxing Day game at Fylde, obviously, but also the conditions that you mentioned. Pleased with how they adapted to those tonight on a tricky night at Stockton. I
am. I watched Stockton against Oldham, and they thoroughly deserved the win. They were pretty dominant second half against them, particularly. They had loads of chances. I thought it was a completely different game tonight. I thought we took charge of the game completely. I think once Stockton, after the first 20 minutes, we'd hurt them a couple of times but not scored. They gave up ground a lot more, and it seemed like they were a long way from our goal all night. But that becomes a different game then. It's can we break them down? And we spent a long time in the night, particularly second half, within probably 40 metres of their goal, our whole team and their whole team. And then it's just a matter of, can we find our quality in and around the edges? And as I say, we've been out of action for a few weeks, which I think is a factor. But yeah, really pleasing to progress in the end, and really pleased for some of our young players showing some character in the penalty shootout. Their fans were banging the drums and bashing the boards and making all the noise they could when the guys were stepping up. But we had players do the business ultimately when it came to the shootout, which is good character wise. And yeah, I'm pleased.
Worthing away in the next round, another, obviously a team in the division below, but going really well in that league, and missed out in the playoff final last year, of course, but another opportunity for the lads to try and get a win on the board in the trophy and try and progress even further.
They're a really, really good football team. I've seen quite a lot of Worthing over the last 2 seasons, just through keeping an eye on football in general, and an eye on different teams in the different divisions, and always monitoring players that are doing well in different divisions and whatnot. And Worthing have caught my eye on a number of occasions. They play brave football. They've obviously seen their manager advance to our league, and some of their players advance to our league as well, which was deserved, but they seem to have kept it going. They'll be a really tricky opponent away at their place. It'll be a great atmosphere. Not too far from where they used to play down in Brighton. I know fans get behind the team there, and they'll try and make it a great occasion, but it's a long way for our fans to travel, so I really respect any of them that do that, but we'll appreciate it if they do, and we'll try our best to progress once again. Just
on those fans, I know there was a number here tonight all dotted about the ground, really kind of difficult to group them together, but a great effort from them tonight.
Unbelievable effort. It's just so cold, isn't it? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if your microphone or your camera there freezes up, and we have to do this again at another stage, because it's freezing, and nothing works well when it's freezing, including cars and roads and everything else. So credit to anyone that made it up here to support us tonight. We we looked for everyone at the end of the game because there wasn't a clear area where any of our fans were. Everyone was mingling in between Stockton fans. So we had a walk around at the end of the game, just tried to acknowledge all our fans that travelled. So thank you to them. It's a real respect to them on nights like this. Making these journeys to support us, we really appreciate it.
Just finally, a bit of player news. Leon Indy extended until the end of the season, started tonight. Glad to have him on board for the remainder of the season.
Delighted. I thought for 20 minutes he was devastating. I thought Leon was the reason ultimately that Stockton decided to give up trying to get the ball back in our half at all, because they gave us some space in the early part of the game. Leon was devastating in the moments when we could have went ahead. He was linked to every one of our chances, I would say, early on. And yeah, he was really good. He's a long time without action, so nice to get him some minutes. Nice to get all the lads some minutes tonight. I wish it could have been everyone. I wish almost everyone could have had 60 at least each, but we can't do that, of course. But Leon, delighted to extend. It's a really positive one for us.